All right. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Peter, and I'm back again with another video. Today we have a special guest here tonight. Before I introduce the person, I want to say, thank you guys for all the support you guys have been showing on this channel. I really appreciate it. We got the opportunity to have a special guest tonight. Is not only a really close friend of my boy, is also a mentor. Like I said, for you guys that are trying to get to the industry, you got to get like a mentor, someone that can actually guide you through. He has a lot of experience in the industry. It's someone that I always ask questions, someone that always try to guide me through. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna do the whole introduction. I'm gonna let him introduce himself. So why do you want to tell people about yourself?
Hello, everybody. Hello, the followers of my friend Peter. I hope everybody is good. And I want to say thank you very much, Peter, for your channel.
Appreciate it.
Really, you do a great job with the life of the ME, and you introduce many information that we can use for people who think to have this job in the future. So thank you very much, Peter, again. Thank you very much too to invite me for this interview. Let's say,
Appreciate it.
me, you know me, we work together, brother. So
Yes.
for the subscribers, me, I'm Wajdi Abu Abdallah, my family name. I'm Tunisian from Tunisia, and I'm too Canadian. So I'm Canadian, Tunisian Canadian, let's say, or Canadian Tunisian, same thing. And
Yes.
I have like 10 years of experience in our job. MEE means aircraft maintenance engineer. I started in Tunisia, 5 years. I spent there in my company. After that, I moved to Canada and I spent 4 years in Bombardier, manufacturing of aircraft. And now, almost 1 year, I think, I come back again to the real world with Peter.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm MEE at offline maintenance at Air Canada.
Yes.
That's small introduction about me.
We appreciate it. My first question for tonight is why did you choose aircraft maintenance as a career? Like what was the inspiration between you choosing aircraft maintenance as a career?
This is this question. The answer is gonna be funny
Hmm.
because when I was young, like every young child or kids, I love aircraft. So I'm thinking all the time about aircraft. And I have some cousins. They live in France, and they come by the summer. So we talk a lot about how it was the flight and stuff like that. I mean, I dream about the aircraft.
Yeah.
But with the time, I start studying and stuff like that. I was totally away from this kind of job. It means me, I study like about geology, stuff like that, and I was on my way to do some work related to the health, like when the bone is cut or something, you have to do radio or stuff like that.
Yes.
And it was hard and complicated. So on my research, I found a school who's have this course of MEE in Tunisia, and I go there. I ask a question. The funny, Peter, I was searching something not with a lot of study, a lot of material.
Mm.
I don't want to study, and it's a trap, man. Yeah. So I decided to start there, and I love it. I love it. Since I go inside the school, I love it. Me, I love mechanic,
Yeah.
so it's my world. I feel comfortable with that. So from this moment, I start there, and this is the beginning of my story in aviation.
Mm. Nice, nice, nice. And I see you've had a lot of experience in the industry, right? What would you say? What would you say your challenges are? since when you started your career as an apprentice, to getting your license and to the point you are right now, what would you say like it's a challenge you've experienced that you would try to spread to people that are trying to get in the industry?
And really, in my case, it was two challenges, two
Mm,
big challenges. First of all, it was the language because
mm,
we are a francophone country. It means I study everything in French. So my basic, let's say, is French.
yeah.
And this is what the beginning. And everything is in English in aviation. The man, the procedure, everything is in English. This was the first challenge. The second one, I come back now to speak about my beginning, is to find a job because it's not open like now what we see here in Canada. So you can find a job everywhere.
Mm,
For me, I finished. I have my diploma, and I was away from aviation. It means I start working. Even I'm married before I get to work in aviation. So it was two challenge: the English language
mm,
and succeed to find a job. So
mm.
for me, it was this two challenge. And to have a job, I was lucky because in my country. It was not like CV and you come, you do interview. It was exams. We was 500 people doing exams, and they took 60. I was
Wow.
number eight in this 60. Yeah, yeah. It's like this how they hire in my country. It's not like we know you and me now.
Mm. Wow. And I mean, even me too, I had the same situation when I was in school. I remember when I graduated, right? It was like really, really hard to get a job, right? And that's why I said for me back then it was like I was not ready to move. I think that was one of the problem too. I was not ready to move Toronto to like because there were jobs in like Halifax, there was job in like Calgary, but because I did not have friends in those city, I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna stay in Toronto and see if I can find a job there. But back then it was a lot of competition, you know. So, but right now the job opportunities everywhere. It is like
Yeah,
there's a lot of jobs for license and also apprentice. I
yeah,
have two more questions here.
yeah.
The next one is as human beings we are not perfect, and in a couple of my videos I've said like one of the mistakes I personally made was I was not ready to move from my city. I was not focusing on my license back then. What would you say your mistakes like what would you say the mistakes you've made personally throughout your journey as a licensed AME?
We are fixed in two in number two.
Yeah.
Two. I will say two mistakes.
Yeah.
In the beginning of my career, I will not give you the names of aircraft.
Mm.
We don't. But
Yeah.
I was sentimentally. There's sentiment. I love this aircraft, and I don't love this aircraft.
Yeah.
So I want to work on this aircraft, and I don't want to work on this one.
Mm.
And it was not good. You have to. It's not your wife, the aircraft. So you have to work. So me, I was focused on another aircraft full the time, and I didn't even have the course type for this aircraft. So I found myself in another aircraft.
Yeah.
So all the knowledge that I have is for another aircraft. So this is a mistake number one. It means when you have the opportunity, go. Don't.
Mm.
The aircraft is not your wife. It's just a job. You appreciate or not you appreciate. Go do your job and go home. First mistake. Second mistake when I moved to Canada.
Mm.
You know, I have my license, but ICAO Type 2, it's the license of Tunisia. I
Yeah.
have the license, but it was not necessary to have the Canadian license to work. No, I start as I tell you, manufacturing at Bombardier.
Oh
So
yeah.
just with my experience, and that's it. So I was a little bit lazy. I lost. time.
Mm,
Because I was comfortable on the job and they don't ask about the license, everybody is cool, you know.
mm,
For me, this is the mistake number two. What I suggest to people when you move, try to do already your papers. Don't let the time because it's gonna be hard with the time. And I told you, we speak together and we talk about my
yeah,
exams. I
yeah.
have a hard time with the exams, especially with kids, with my situation, family.
Mm,
It's not like someone single who he can study all the day at home. So two
true.
mistake for me. I didn't go directly to the aircraft. I was love this one more than this one, and I lost some time to prepare my M2 in Canada.
Hmm. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. I think you kind of lead me to the last question I want to ask, right? So you from Tunisia, you had your license back home in Tunisia.
Yeah.
Now you have your AMA license, right? So for people that are trying to transfer their license, do you want to explain the whole process, the whole document necessary for people that are trying to transfer their license?
I will try, but maybe I will lose
Yeah.
something. But because you know the cases are different.
Yeah.
We come from many countries, so but in general, I have an idea and a good idea because you know I have a lot of friends in this
Yeah.
situation. We start from the beginning. You know the 4 years about experience is the
Mm.
same. Means you are a student from the school, fresh, or
Okay.
you come from another country. You have to give them proof that you work minimum 4 years on the aircraft.
Okay.
Okay. Second thing is the program of what you study at your school. You know, materials, what like for the mathematics, for engine, power plant, airframe. You know, you have to prepare this document and send it to Transport Canada.
Okay.
You follow me?
Yes.
After that, they're gonna study your school program that you get at the school. And if they found if the same thing like here in Canada, they're gonna give you the invitation for the exams. Of
Mm.
course, with the 4 years of experience.
Mm.
4 years
Okay.
experience means you cannot do this if you are fresh from school from your country. It's the same
Oh,
thing.
yeah. Quick question.
Yeah,
So the person has to have a license back home for you
yeah,
to do a transfer, right?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
They're gonna
Okay.
focus on yeah.
Okay.
So we say license 4 years and school program is not just a simple paper that you send. Have to be stamped from the authority of your country. In my case, it was the civil aviation in Tunisia.
Mm.
It means they stamp, they say this guy study this material, and with the diploma, with the credit hours. You know, each for the example, airframe, you have to study, for example, 100 hours.
Mm.
Okay, so you have the credit of hour, what mark you get in the end of all exam and the program, what you study completely in at school for 2 years or 2 years and a half. You know,
Yeah.
so when you prepare this, you send it. They're gonna take time to see if it's in accordance with the Canadian program or not, and they give you the answer. Answer can be two answers. It's okay, it means you receive the invitation for the exams that I did. You remember I tell you I have to for the
Yeah.
they give you the invitation for exams, or they ask you to do a course, online course. I don't know if you heard about that. Is ICS.
ICS. Yeah.
Yeah. So people who don't have program 100% matching with Canada, he will find himself in obligation to do ICS course. People who have program in accordance with Transport Canada, he will get the invitation for the exam directly. In my case, of course, the program was not matching 100% with Transport Canada.
Yeah.
The inspector asked us to do the special course for helicopter. So in my case, because me, I prepare all this stuff before I come to Canada, and this is another suggestion for your followers to prepare everything before you come. You win a lot of time. So I was waiting for my visa and stuff like that in Tunisia, and I go to school study helicopter. So when I finish everything, I get the invitation for the exams.
Mm.
After that, you have to do three exams: standard practice, power plant, air freight. These three
And
exams. When you succeed, you do the cars.
hmm. Wow. Wow, that's a really, really, really a long process. That's the same thing I tell people, right? Like when you do this process, right, it's not guaranteed. You know, it depends on your inspector. It depends on your educational background, and
Yeah,
there's a lot of factors that actually, depend on them accepting your application. So the first step I always try to tell people is like, send your invitation to send like a letter, an email to Transport Canada and tell them your situation, and they will actually guide you through because everyone has different process. Like your own process is different from someone that I know that actually went through the same process. So yeah, I want to say I think that's it for my questions. First, I want to say thank you so much for your time.
you will.
I appreciate it. You know what I'm
You
saying?
will.
And yeah, I appreciate your time and everything, man. Also, thanks for all your mentorship, everything, man.
Just to give the people the complete information, I want to add another stuff. We speak about the exams, what you send in the beginning papers, after the cars is very important too. The inspector will ask about logbook and letter of experience. People who want to move, they want to prepare this with them too. It means in his country and he want to go Canada and do all this process, he have to prepare a logbook from his country and from the director of maintenance. The
Yeah.
maintenance, they have to get a letter that Mr. Blah 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 did job on what type of aircraft, some details, inspection, removal, installation, troubleshooting. So he prepared this paper and he do the same thing here in Canada in the time that he get exams and he get to work. So he prepared a lookbook too from Canada. This
Mm,
is an advice I give to people who want to do this process is to prepare each kind of paper that is necessary for that. And the most important thing, Peter, is you have to be patient,
mm,
and you have to be strong to continue your target.
mm. So for the logbook, right? So you have to have two types of logbook. So the one from your country and the one from Canada, or how does it work?
This is not like a lawyer, it's not 100% what I will say.
Mm,
But in all the cases that I know, the inspector asks about a logbook from your country where you get experience,
yeah.
and he will ask you too if you work here in Canada to give him something from your work here in Canada.
Mm,
So let's say yes, people have to prepare two logbooks, one what from where he come and one here in Canada.
mm,
It's more easy and fluid. The inspector will be more fluid because he will see these people is serious. He get to work here in Canada and he follow the process, so it's gonna be more easy for him to take a decision and to finalize the file.
mm. And for people that went to school in Canada, right? I think we have you have to get 75% of your logbook signed. Is it the same process with you guys, or it's different? So for my logbook, there's a certain numbers of tags I have to get signed. So maybe like 200 signatures from
Yeah, same
yeah,
thing, same thing,
same thing. Okay.
same thing.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, thanks for your time. I try to make this fast and snappy. I'm
No
not trying to
problem.
make I'm not trying to make 30-minute videos.
No problem.
Appreciate it. I appreciate your support. Thanks for your time, Wajid. And for you guys that are watching and you need more information on how to become an AME, you can always reach out to me on Instagram. We'll try to do more of these kind of interview videos like these in the future. Right
Okay.
now I'm a little bit busy. But with time, once my schedule frees up a little bit more, I'm gonna start making more videos. Wajid, thank you so much. I appreciate everything and all your support. Not only you coming to the interview, but also when we work together, right? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, appreciate everything, love. For you guys that are new to my channel, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah. Thank
Love
you
you
very much.
guys. Thank
Assalamu
you so
alaikum.
much. Thanks so much, bro.